This is my review after 1 month of use for the Airhead composting toilet. I've been using it a little longer than a month now, probably about 5 or 6 weeks. I've had the opportunity to empty it, and I am using sawdust as my medium mixed with just a little bit of peat. And it originally came with the cocoa core brick they give you with it. They send with it for free. I used that for the first little while, and then I emptied it out and tried the sawdust. Sawdust works perfectly well in it with a little bit of peat mixed with it. It's perfectly fine, and I get the sawdust almost for free, so I don't think I need to spend the money for the cocoa core stuff. Okay, so pros. Most of the other composting toilets advertised say that you have to sit down to pee, no matter male or female. So this is the only one that was advertised that you could actually stand up to pee if you were a guy. So I did a video that kind of tested that. You can check that out. I'll put up a card for that. The other thing, this has got a very normal toilet seat. The lid and seat are pretty much the standard kind of toilet lid and seat. You can see the electrical tape is here just because originally before I ran the pipe the way it is, it was hitting the wall when I opened it and it was causing a little damage. So that's the only reason electrical tape is there. But you can see they have these rubber seals, and that's the seat. The seat as well as the lid, they have the rubber seals to keep it sealed up so they can contain that sort of negative pressure that the fan provides, which is all the way up on my install at the ceiling there. And there's quite a bit of pipe running down through this tube here. At the bottom, you can see it come out, and then it's got this place here where it separates. So you can disconnect that when you're going to clean the toilet, which is fairly convenient. So normal seat and the fact that you can stand up to pee were my primary reasons for going with this one over the Nature's Head. Also, it was pretty easy to install. It does have these brackets that you have to install at the floor there on both sides to attach it to the floor. So you do need to have I had to put in this wooden platform because I have the tile floor, so I wasn't able to screw easily down to the tile floor, so I put in the platform so that I could easily attach it. So you do need that. It also has, I don't know if you're familiar with the older style. I had a Sunmar Excel here before, which is, if you're not familiar with those, it's got the rolling drum style, and it has no urine diverter, and it ends up being, for lack of a better term, a crappy toilet. So this is much better with the urine diverter and the separate urine container. Now, one of the other nice features of this over the Nature's Head is that you can remove the urine container without opening the whole toilet, which on the Nature's Head you have to flip the whole top up to get the urine container out and go dump it. This one, you just loosen the wing nuts on the sides, and you can grab that. I actually added that piece of rope there to make it easy to pull from the bottom, and this top part is actually spring loaded, so it comes right out and goes right back in when you've emptied it. The other thing that I like about this toilet, especially compared to my previous one, is it's very quiet compared to the previous toilet. The fan being remotely located, the fan is actually in that little shroud there that's at the end of the pipe rather than in the toilet. So you have the fan, you can locate away from the toilet, making it much quieter, and the fan is overall quieter than the previous toilet. So that's an advantage too. The other thing that's nice about this toilet is it comes with these handles on the side, which the Nature's Head does not come with. That makes it a little easier to carry it. And it also has this cover that it comes with that you can use to cover the solids container that basically goes on the same way the top of the toilet goes on, just on those little notches there. So that's a positive as well. So overall, I think it's a good toilet, and it's probably I'd say probably the best choice of the options in the price range. A couple of small things I don't like about it. One is that it does have a fairly small urine container, so you do have to empty that frequently. So it'd be nice if that was bigger. Um, and I really dislike the wing nuts method here, where you have to twist it to pop it off. It's not easy to do. You do have to make sure it's well secured at the bottom, but it works. It's just I don't care for it. I think the Nature's Head style, where it hinges at the back and then slides off, is probably easier to deal with. Um, but and I don't know about longevity there, how long it'll be before I have a problem with those nuts. Maybe because they are plastic coated. I don't know if that's just a plastic head on top of a regular bolt. Maybe I'm not sure. I could probably replace that with something stronger, but I don't really care for those, and it takes quite a lot of force to twist it to get it off when you dump it. So that's something to keep in mind. Other things to keep in mind with this. So the handle can be located on either side, but you do have to make that choice when you place your order. So keep that in mind. If you want to locate the handle on the other side, you can, but you do have to make that choice at the time of the order. The other thing, you can actually have the hose on either side. It's easily relocated on either side. Now, they have in the instructions that you're supposed to use this little ring to attach in the inside of the toilet with some PVC cement to attach this fixture to the toilet so that you can attach the hose to it. I decided not to do that. Not only do I have a really bad track record with PVC cement, but I also wanted to be able to move the hose to the other side if I decided I wanted it on the other side. So what I did is I took a piece of the white pipe that is actually running inside there that I used to extend the gray pipe with, because it only comes with about 5 feet. And that's something else you probably want to order more of this with the toilet rather than adding it later, because I think it's $5 a foot through Airhead, and it's about the same price if you go to the hardware store and you don't get the same color. So just order it from Airhead when you order your toilet if you need extra pipes, like $5 a foot. But I attached it to the inside of the toilet by taking a piece of that white, just a short piece of that white hose, and attaching it to the inside and using a hose clamp just to keep it secure. And that, it's not super tight. It's pretty good. But even if this leaks a little bit, there's negative pressure in there because the hose is actually drying up. So if it leaks a little air in there, it's not a big deal. But definitely order that hose if you need extra hose. That's something I didn't think to do when I ordered it, and I had to go to the hardware store and get the other hose. Fortunately, it's inside completely the concrete tube there, so you don't see it. But remember that if you need more than 5 feet, you need to order that separately. And I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing I would mention is the fan is a 12-volt fan. So if you don't have 12 volts DC available, you might need a 12 volt wall wart. Pretty easy to get and wire up. I just I had 24 volts DC available, so I just have a step down converter in line with it that steps it down to 12 volts for the fan. That wire is running right through there and goes into the side of the tube and then up. You can see the little wire is there. So yeah, this little shroud comes with the toilet, and the fan goes in there. So it's actually, you can locate it right next to the toilet if it's going out the wall, or like I have in the ceiling. So that's actually, for me, was good because the pipe came down. On the original toilet, the pipe, big 4-inch pipe came down from there and came down in this whole big toilet. It took up this entire area out here. So this is much better and much smaller. It's a pretty compact toilet. And I think it's pretty easy to live with. It does need to be emptied, relatively frequently, but it's easy to do, and aside from those wing nuts that I don't really like, it's not too hard. So I'm going to give the Airhead composting toilet a thumbs up. I think it's probably a better choice, even with a couple of negatives over the Nature's Head. But I think the Nature's Head's also a good choice. So, but my reasoning to go with the Airhead was mostly because of the seat and the fact that they advertise it as being able to accommodate both men and women's anatomy.